I picked up rock climbing about 6 months back after my therapist suggested I find a pastime that didn't involve doom-scrolling Instagram until the wee hours. Honestly, she nailed it. I've been hitting up this indoor climbing gym pretty consistently since then. I'm still a newbie, but I'm making progress. Last week, I'm at the gym, dusting my hands with chalk, when this dude, let's call him Jake, wanders over. I'd noticed him around before, and he starts chatting me up. I'm not big on gym socializing, but he seemed friendly enough. Jake asks if I'm new to climbing, and I say, yeah, been at it for half a year. He gives this sage nod and says, I've been climbing for 3 years. I could share some tips if you're interested. I wasn't really seeking advice, but I thought, sure, maybe he's got something useful to say. So we're tackling these beginner routes side by side, and he's yapping nonstop about how he's practically a pro and nearly joined this elite climbing squad, but had to pass because of his insanely packed life. I'm starting to sense some BS, but I stay polite. We take a break for water, and he asks where I'm from originally. I mention I grew up in Minnesota but moved here for school and stuck around. His face lights up and he says, Dude, Minnesota's awesome. Those beaches are unreal. I just blink at him. For anyone unaware, Minnesota's got no coastline. 0. We've got lakes, sure, but beaches? Not a thing. I figure he's mixed up his states, maybe thinking of Maine or somewhere else. So I politely say, You might be confusing it with another state. Minnesota's landlocked. No beaches like that. This guy stares at me like I'm clueless and goes, Nah, I've been to Minnesota. It's right by California, isn't it? I hit up those famous beaches. I'm thinking, is this a prank? I whip out my phone and pull up a map. He looks legit baffled and says, Weird, they must have redrawn the map or something. Redrawn. The map. I'm speechless. But wait, it gets wilder. As we gear up to climb again, he spots my water bottle with those little markers for tracking how much you drink. He points at it and says, You know, drinking water is actually bad for you. I ask what he's on about, thinking maybe he's got some niche point about overhydration or whatever. Nope. He says, the government spikes water with chemicals to mess with our minds. That's why I stick to Red Bull and chocolate milk. I'm fighting so hard not to crack up. I just nod, say, that's something, and focus on my route. But he's not done. Over the next hour, this guy drops, with total conviction, that dinosaurs are fake, cooked up by museums to rake in cash. That he skips deodorant because his natural vibe draws the right women. I made sure to climb upwind after that one. The absolute peak, the line that sent me scurrying to the restroom to laugh until my sides hurt, came when we got to talking about birthdays. I mention mine's coming up, and he asks my zodiac sign. I say Taurus, and he nods all serious-like and says, I'm a Gemini, so I'm basically 2 souls in one. Sometimes I wake up, look in the mirror, and don't even know who's staring